Hello followers and welcome back to Mystic Worlds, and as always this is Safe Haven, and as you can see today we are back to our regular selves, no more villagers, the April Fool's Day prank is over, and in today's episode we're going to be assaulting a floating sandcastle which is actually behind me. You can't see it there because it's not rendered in, but that is the objective in today's episode. But before we do that, we have one or two things to pick up around the world here, and these are special items which I have found while clearing out the dungeons from the past couple of episodes. I found the helmet for the Egyptian armor set, and I've got a couple of other things to pick up. So once we've done that, we're going to spend a little bit of time in the base here kind of preparing and doing some upgrades, and then we're going to head on out and assault the floating castle. So let's go pick up that loot. Nice. Cool. Nice. Cool, I guess. Okay guys, so as you can see, I picked up all of that loot and I've deposited it off into the chest. And you're just going to drive me nuts with your sound, so I'm going to get rid of you, spider. There we go. Hopefully that other one leaves us alone. And you, my friend. Okay, so in here I've kind of organised all the gear. We have the full Egyptian armor set now. Take that experience. We also have an extra pair of Diamond Protection 3 pants, that chest plate that we picked up, and an unenchanted chest plate. Got quite a few diamond tools and pieces of equipment. Have some decent bows. I actually did repair that bow. It didn't cost too much actually, and I renamed it as well. So we should be able to indefinitely repair that, at least for a while. Thank you. So that's definitely something which I would consider an advantage. And we got this Fire Aspect 1 sword. Not really too sure what this is useful for. We might get some use out of this for killing cattle back at the main base for steak. That's definitely something it could be useful. I might combine it with this, that kind of thing. But really, that's not as useful as the other equipment I got. So, as well as doing that, I also went back through the caverns we've been exploring recently. And I picked up all the ores and metals and that kind of thing. And I've moved them all into their own box. It's in this box. So we have a whole ton of coal. Pretty decent amount of iron. I got a lot of gold from that pigman spawner, and we now have a stack of diamonds. So this plus the diamonds back at base is a pretty good amount of diamond, I have to say. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I'm kind of in a bit of a conundrum here because I would really, really like to get rid of these iron tools and switch to that diamond shovel as my go-to shovel, and it'll last long enough. That's not the problem. I just am worried that I don't want to burn through all my diamonds because, you know, I don't want to spend them all straight away. Now, at least for tools, I have plenty of replacement tools. I think this is not the only diamond shovel I actually have. I picked up at least one more diamond sword back at base, the main base, that is. And there's other diamond tools, so I'm not sure whether to stick with these iron shovels and this stone axe, or actually switch out and get some diamond tools. For right now, I think I'm just going to stick with the iron tools, but maybe after these two are gone, I might look into switching to a diamond shovel and diamond axe. So, now for the rest of today's episode, we are going to assault that floating castle. Now, I did go over there. There's a little building over there, if you recall, from a couple of episodes ago that told me about what was in this area, and it said that there are 3 monument chests in this area and 4 pieces of Egyptian armor. We have all Egyptian armor now, and we have raided 4 fleecy box chests, and it says that there was only 3, so I assume that it's actually talking about on the surface here. And if that is the case, then we're missing one, because I've only found 2. I found one up there, and I also found one in that back pyramid, right there. So we're still missing one from this area, if what that sign says includes just this area. So I assume at some point, either someone will tell me where it is in the comments, or give me a hint if you've played this map, or, oh hey, a carrot. I will probably end up stumbling into it, or I already have it, and there was some extra ones. Maybe it was the charged ruins, because the glowing caverns was probably part of a different area. That's what I'm thinking, and I think I've got all three. I did do a bit of a look around just to see if I could spot anything obvious, but I haven't seen anything dungeon-like, so we're not really going to be able to answer that question completely until I get some confirmation off someone. But hopefully that will be sooner rather than later. So, this structure right here is what we are going to take on today. There is a spawner at the bottom there. I do want to keep that one. We're going to make a gas trap out of that, so I can farm gas tiers. And the obvious way forward, and the way forward that at least that I'm going to pursue with this, is I'm going to go straight up to the top of this thing. Now, I'm looking for a good angle to approach at, and I'm looking at where we actually have land as well, as that's pretty important, and I think here is probably as good as it's gonna get. So let's get a bit closer than that. I don't want to go in range of that gas spawner if I can help it, and I don't want to be in range of the spawners up there if I can help it much either. So I guess we'll start right here, and I'm going to put ladders there because we don't need to do any digging. I've got plenty of ladders. I'm going to start carrying these around more, and you know what, I'm going to switch these. I brought fire resistance potions as they could be quite handy in this particular area. And I've moved them a little bit further away from where I'm right clicking so I don't accidentally use one. They are only, should I say, 2.5 or 2 minutes and 15 seconds, I think. So we're going to have to be pretty careful with how and where we use them. They're kind of like not a rarity anymore. I mean, I can make them, but these are the only two I have. And we're just going to have to be careful in how we actually use them. Now, I did bring ender pearls. Getting knocked off is probably not too terrible. There is plenty of water around to fall into. Having said that, though, there's a lot of land as well, so we're going to have to be mindful of that. And I've probably brought way too many ladders for what I need. So I want to kind of get a look inside this thing, if I can. Obviously, that's the entrance there. There's gas spawners on the roof of the thing. I'm probably going to do a similar strategy to what I did with the other tower we ran into and kind of ender pearl over to it. I see an enderman in there. That looks like a dark area. There's spiders as well. So we definitely want to avoid the front door in this particular instance. So what do we got here? I need to get a bit higher, I think. I do have some more of these, so that's not a problem. Let's continue on up here. Ooh, we're quite a ways up now. So we've got, what, 4 gas spawners? I can see 3, and I could just about make out one behind that flag. The fleecy box is right there in the center. Well, I assume that to be the fleecy box. That looks a bit too obvious, so I don't know if that is actually it. These gas spawners seem to be sat on the walls of the structure. So that's quite important to note. They're accessible. Something up there. I'm far enough away, though, that things won't try and track me and get to me. So I would think the best strategy for this would be maybe to try and ender pearl for this turret, and then try and move our way around. This is all sandstone, and that's important to know. If gas fire at this, then this is liable to break. There could be a stairwell in there, and there could be regular mobs as well coming at us. I see a stair right there, but that could be to get into this thing. I might be able to go a bit higher, possibly. Can I see? It looks... Oh, there's another spawner there. What is that? Let me look in my peripheral. That's a blaze spawner. I assume that that is probably not the only one. That would be foolish to assume otherwise. So getting up higher was definitely a good idea. We can't really aim for this again. If we want to get out of the structure, my best way forward is probably going to be to jump out the side and go for the water. That could backfire, but it looks like the best strategy I've got. Let me see here. What do we got? I kind of want to splash myself with this, just so that I don't have to worry about the blazes or any of the fire that the gas may give. And then I've got one as an emergency backup. and I could have that on my bar. Let me see, water bucket. Is there any tool I would really want on my bar here that would be more useful than what I currently have? I don't know if strength's going to do me any good. I'll probably take one anyway. Ender pearl. Probably ender pearls, actually, would be the best thing. I don't really want them next to the food, though, because I could end up tossing them if I need to eat. Let me clear my inventory here. I don't need either of those things. I don't really need that shovel there, so I'm going to splash myself with that potion. I'm going to put the potion there so that I don't waste it. I'm not going to need my axe for anything, I don't think. I'm pretty nervous about doing this, actually. Gear's looking good. Torches aren't going to help me. It is daytime. What time of day is it? Sun's about to set, but we'll have enough time to do this. The clouds are possibly going to get in the way. Let me turn the clouds off just for that smooth lighting. Let's turn clouds off just for this one so I can actually see. I think that counts as a strategy. So, I think we're looking good now. So, we're going to end a pearl to this tower. Hopefully we don't miss. I might overshoot it a little bit, and that wouldn't be a problem. I can't really tell how high it is, so I can't really just go for the fleecy box and then kind of hope, so to speak. I do think I want to get the blaze spawner first, though. So, without further ado, let's get that on us. And let's end a pearl in. Right, blaze spawner. Blaze spawner. And we've got gas now. There we go, that's got that one. That one. Let's get that one. And that one. Okay, that's all the spawners on the roof. Now we just need to take out the gas. Oh, oh, just missed him. He's going low. I really shouldn't stand on the top of this thing. That's that one. Where's the rest of them? Down below? There are blazes inside, that's important to know. As I hear them. They may have spawned, though, down there. Do I want to go down and then take the gas out? I think I do. I want to head down, get the gas, and then climb the ladder again. Where are they? They spawn inside? They must have spawned inside. Okay. As tempting as it is to leave the area, we're not going to do that. So I assume they must have just spawned inside then. I don't see them anywhere. Unless they're behind the castle, which I somehow doubt. I would have seen them by now, for sure. Sun's going to be setting here real quick, so I don't want to spend too long around out here. Kind of surprised they spawned inside. Maybe there's more spawners inside, possibly. About to run out of fire resist. I do have the water bucket. So now I'm going to go from the top down, and the lava bucket could be handy here. Let me get that on the bar. I can go back for more ender pearls, so I'm not worried about that much either. Yeah, they're inside. There he is. There's another one in there. Oh yeah, there's more spawners in here. Have that. I've got a spawner down there. Can I... You know what I could do with doing? Let me in here a minute. And let me get this on the bar. That will probably get it from there. Nope, don't want to do that. Let me get rid of them that way. There we go. That's got rid of quite a few of them. Just gonna drop some light around here. Just so that we don't end up in a max spawn type deal. There is still blaze spawners around, that's obvious. It's like there's a tunnel there or of some sort. Obviously, we're not going to have much luck against blazes. There looks like there might actually be a way in. I think that should have thinned out the normal mobs substantially. I'm looking for the blaze spawners here. Probably get that one. Get rid of that. Patch in those holes. Did that get that spawner? Looks like it. And I think we killed some blazes as well. I'm going to patch in these holes so that blazes don't come up through them. There we go. So this has been a good takedown so far, but we're not done yet. Let's not get too confident. Where is there other spawners? There's one over there. And I'm not bothered about cobble, I can get plenty more. Damn, why do I keep doing that? I guess I've lost that one. Nope, let's get back. There we go. I do want my lava bucket back now. I'm going to fill that in. So let's begin to start and take a peek now and kind of see what's left here. See blazes there. I think we might be getting towards the end here. Can't really see any more. I have that on my bar. I want the TNT off my bar for sure. Let me just get out of the view of the blazes for a minute and put things on my inventory that I need. I don't have a spare slot. I don't want to put the shovel on it though. Water bucket probably would be good. Ender pearl wouldn't help me in there either, so we're going to have a spare slot for right now. We're looking at in here just some blazes. I think all the spawners are gone. I'm going to splash this just in case. I will go back and get more if this runs out. At least one below us. I'm not just going to go jumping down there. There is creepers and we're on a very vulnerable floor. Get rid of that fellow. Oop. Oh, I hate it when they glitch like that. Alright, let's get a staircase down. That's just a fire. Pick up some of this stuff. Let's fill that in. There's holes all throughout this thing. Fill that in. There's where my lava is. Fill that in. Gonna get every little nook and cranny. There could be more spawners of other types, but I think we got them, which is pretty good. That was a really successful takedown. Get these arrows back. I'm gonna pick up some of these blocks as well. They could be handy. Now I want to make myself some more torches. That's definitely going to be handy. Pick up these. There we go. Okay, so I guess now it's time to start an assault on the outside. And I probably could avoid a lot of the difficulty of this by doing it in the day. But it's quite a ways to go back to the house now. I don't think it's really worth it to go all the way back to the house from here. There is another avenue we've got to look down. Oh, there's a creeper there. That's him dead. Oh, it's this. Are you just a natural spawn, buddy? I think you are. There's probably some dark spots up here that mobs can spawn in. So we should probably go light those up. I don't like monsters coming down on my head. I think, though, we're pretty close to having it done. Slime's drowning down there. I guess that is a swamp biome, so we're liable to see that. Let's eat some food. Let's head back into the fray of action here. There's still a little bit to do along the way down. Oh, got a bit of a dark spot back here. Don't want that if we can help it. So let's see. It was this pathway, wasn't it, that leads us down? Fairly straightforward now. I think there's just one gas spawner down there. Not a big deal. And this is all well lit, so this is just a little small platforming puzzle that we avoided. So, that was a really successful takedown. I'm really happy with that. And we can get whatever it is in here, the objective block. So, thoughts on this area? Pretty cool. It made me really think about how I wanted to approach it, which some areas thus far probably haven't done that. Possibly because the map is getting harder now. Light blue wool. Excellent. Light blue is part of the monument, I think, that we are close to completing, if I recall correctly. So we are going to head over there now. I guess we can use up this remaining ender pearl getting off this thing. I'm going to avoid that lava. I guess I'll drop a couple of torches around here in case we're covering up any spawners. But I don't think we are, honestly. So the next step to this, at least, is going to be... I'm going to turn that into a farm for gas tiers. Yeah, I don't know if there's a safe way of jumping down here, really. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a risk, but why not? There we go. And we did it without even activating that. A little bit of experience down here, I'm not too worried about that. So now, it's probably going to be the hardest challenge now, is actually getting back to the house safely. There's a lot of monsters around here at night. I don't like being outside in this area at night time. And there's all this lava in the way as well, isn't there? That's not good. And I see a creeper up here and I'm running straight towards him, which is a very bad idea. Don't do that at home, kids. Get out of the way. So the house is right here. Not too far away from the house, actually, but still, I mean, it would have been an extra trip and it probably was not warranted. Okay, so having trouble with the world loading in again, but there we go. Didn't take too long. I actually thought that was going to be more of a longer battle, but I guess my tactics in that situation were right. TNT, lava bucket, and going in from the top first. That's one thing I would say as a tip for doing these kind of maps, or anything really, any type of custom map that involves you going into something that's in the air. Go from the top down. It's far easier to work your way from the top and then down. Monsters have a hard time getting up to you, but they have a very easy time of getting down to you. So it's probably more worthwhile to do it that way. And TNT is your friend, definitely. Use TNT if you can, and obviously lava buckets as well. They're very useful. They're all tools of the trade in these kind of maps. TNT, the one thing I would say though about TNT a little bit is be very careful where you use it. If you notice, I don't use it all the time. It's great for when you're above things. Don't place it down willy-nilly, because that can give you trouble, and sometimes it can make a situation worse. So think twice when using TNT about how exactly you're going to use it, because as I say, in some situations it can make it a lot worse. It can create uneven terrain and that kind of thing, particularly around low blast resistant blocks. So just be mindful of where you use it. Got plenty of loot there. So, light blue wool. This is probably going to be a bit of a shorter episode, simply because we've kind of assaulted this relatively quickly. I do know the monument for this is upstairs. So this is the last part of the monochromatic monument. Oh, I really need to slab this area off so that we don't have to put up with that slime sound. Drives me nuts. Oh, I did partially slab this area. Of course, you spawn on the... Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, what a shot. I guess it must have spawned in the area that we didn't have slabbed. I still have that creeper spawner out there that I've done nothing with. Probably be more efficient than my dark room, honestly. But, never mind, I guess. The dark room is serving me just fine right now. So... last part of the monochromatic monument, the light blue wool. So here we go, on a 3, a 2, a 1. Excellent, so that's the full monochromatic monument finished. That's our first monument as a whole finished. I could do this one now, the iron and the diamond blocks I could do and finish, but I'm going to hold on to those for a little while. We may do those more towards the end of the series. I'm actually going to check while I'm over here. How much iron and diamond do I have? I think I have chests for them. Iron, okay. Diamond, okay. Not great. So we'll probably hang on to those for a little bit. And I'll just make sure that I have at least 9 of each material left before attempting to add them to the monument. So it's all looking good. I guess next episode, as I said, we're going to have some time off building. We're going to build some mob traps. I want to do something with the gas spawner. I want to do a dual blaze trap at the tower we assaulted where we died at. And I also want to build an small enderman trap out of that enderman spawner we have in lockdown in the cavern over in that direction. So we've got plenty to do next episode building wise, but after that we'll be back to adventure. I'm hoping I can find these two pretty soon and we can fill that monument up. But progress is going well here. I'm really enjoying it, and it feels like now I've finally finished one monument, the rest are going to follow pretty quickly, I have to say. So until next episode, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's, and until then, see you later and have a good day.